Welcome once again to your weekly TV magazine centering on the automobile and its industry. This is Autofocus. I'm Butch Gamboa. We have a very special presentation this week. For the next hour, we have for you the highlights and sidelights of the STV Auto Rally Corporate Challenge, a yearly motorsport event exclusively participated in by the local auto industry. And we'll get right into it after this short break. Welcome back. You're watching a special presentation of Autofocus, featuring the highlights of the STV Auto Rally Corporate Challenge. And with this year's staging brought to you courtesy of Petron Blaze and Ayala Harbor Point Mall. Before we bring you scenes of the flag-off ceremonies of this year's staging of the STV ARCC, here's a brief background of this unique motorsport discipline.
The STV ARCC Rally follows the time-speed-distance or TSD format, which pays homage to the roots of modern rallying. With the motto "on time, all the time," competitors should be able to drive through given distances at an exact travel time, with penalties handed out to those who clock in either behind schedule or way ahead of time. Competitors follow a set route book with markers called tulips to guide them as to where they should pass within the segments of pre-designed course. Originating in Europe and also known as Tulip Rally, it was first run in the Philippines in the 60s. Renamed locally by sportsmen nationalists as the Sampaguita Rally, local motorsports legends participated in the sport, including the late, great Pocholo Ramirez and other known motorsports personalities like Dante Silverio and Mandy Eduque, to name a very few. But with the introduction of modern race rallies like that of the World Rally Championships or WRC, as well as the banning of motorsports during the days of martial law when there was a world oil crisis, the Sampaguita Rally run into a dictated hiatus. It was during the 90s when the Sampaguita Rally began its first revival by the Philippine Motoring Association or PMA with the Dodo Ayuya Rally. Dodo Ayuya was another motorsports legend and had the distinction of having been the longest-sitting president of the PMA, now known as AAP. But significant participation was wanting in the initial efforts of the revival. And it was at the turn of the century when the partnership of racing legend Pocholo Ramirez and Sunshine TV chairman Butch Gamboa went beyond being co-hosts of the TV show Motoring Today to pool their efforts to seriously revive the Sampaguita Rally. Butch Gamboa came up with the idea that it would be best if it were the auto manufacturers, importers, and dealers that would form their corporate rally teams to exclusively compete among themselves in the rally. Thus was born the Sunshine TV Auto Rally Corporate Challenge or STV ARCC. In 2001, the first attempt at reviving the Sampaguita Rally was held in scenic Tagaytay City. With a showing of 25 cars, the event showed promise and encouraged the organizers to do another one the following year. Unfortunately, the staging of the second revival event, despite a starting grid of 45 cars, did not turn out like the first, a disappointment that forced Sunshine TV to do some rethinking. And part of the revival took a few years in the drawing board. It took 8 long years before this gentleman's sport would be revived in 2010. With Pocholo Ramirez's passing the year before, helping Ray Butch Gamboa was the racing legend's son, no less George Ramirez. The event was held in Subic and saw 64 cars in the starting grid with over 200 drivers and navigators participating, a first in the history of the Sampaguita Rally and a first in Philippine motorsports. From subcompact hatchbacks to sports cars, the rally was open to any kind of vehicle as time, not speed, was of the essence. Since then, Subic and Tagaytay became regular venues of STV ARCC with George Ramirez as chief rally steward and together with IT expert Patrick Chua and George's wife, Caroline, plotting the mind-boggling routes. Now on its 6th year, the STV ARCC continues the mantra of on time all the time while following the rules of the road. This also makes it one of the safest forms of motorsport that can be enjoyed by veterans and novices alike.
We take another short break, and when we return, the exciting flag-off of the 2016 STV Auto Rally Corporate Challenge. We'll be right back. This is Autofocus, the country's premier auto TV magazine, aired weekly here on Solar Sports. We have as a special episode this week the highlights of this year's STV ARCC, the only motorsport event where the major players of the local auto industry compete against each other. Light intermittent showers and a threatening downpour met the participants of the 2016 STV ARCC at the Ayala Harbor Point Mall in Subic, the rally's Parc Fermé and flag-off venue.
Participants first met up at the Harbor Point Mall in Subic Bay, and despite the weather, everyone was all smiles as they geared up for the long rally ahead. Donning team uniforms, the drivers, navigators, and timekeepers were ready to represent their respective companies. This year's participating manufacturers are Chevrolet, Ford, Honda, Isuzu, Jeep, Lexus, Mazda, Mini, Peugeot, PGA Cars, SsangYong, Subaru, Tata, and Toyota. Before the flag-off, there was an opening invocation, as well as a speech from Olongapo City Mayor Rolen Paulino.
Sila Sir Butch and the late Pocholo Ramirez, they were the ones who brought car racing. Actually, in fact, it's an international car racing here in Subic and in Olongapo. They brought back the enthusiasm of these motorsports fans here in this part of the country. So when I heard that there will be a corporate auto challenge here, actually, no second invitation. I volunteered myself, especially knowing and it's coming from Sir Butch Gamboa. Especially those sa mga motorsports enthusiasts o yung mga bago pa lang. And I believe bago kayo pumunta ron, pumunta muna kayo sa AAP. You look for those people, you talk to Sir Butch. It's about safety. Safety is the number one. Kung makikita nyo po yung mga car racers na nakikita nyo nakikipagkarera, but when you saw them in the street, when you see them in the street, they're most disciplined. Hindi po sila nakikipagkarera. So kinakailangan lang matutunan natin yung tama, yung safety, yung siguro if only people will follow talaga, EDSA will not be a problem at susunod talaga lahat. So dapat unang-una and everything else, dapat disiplina.
We'll take another short break from all the excitement of the 2016 STV ARCC, highlights of the Alpha Stage or the Morning Fun Run when we return. You are watching Autofocus, the Philippine Motor Show on television, and this week we are featuring the highlights of the 2016 STV ARCC, presented in cooperation with Petron Blaze and the Ayala Harbor Point Mall. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the highlights of the first stage of the STV ARCC, the Alpha Round. project is a major advocacy project of Sunshine Television and Sociocom Foundation with regard to their road safety advocacy. As you very well know, one aspect that we want to emphasize every time we have this rally is road safety and discipline. I'd like to repeat that any infringement of any traffic rule seen by any of the traffic authorities and any of our marshals would mean an automatic disqualification, especially speeding. Just go, stay within the law, traffic laws, and you'll be okay. There are strict instructions to the security of SBMA to really focus on the cars that has the sticker. We want you to be really safe, so we want you to obey all traffic rules and regulations. Okay? Have a nice rally day.
The flag-off began with each car being released with a minute interval. From the start, it was a challenge with a strict set of rules in Subic Bay, as well as pacing with traffic. Drivers were reminded that TSD rallies adhere to the rules of the road. The Alpha round saw drivers navigate around the SBMA area, bringing them to the old airport, El Caballo, the center of the city, and a quick pass around Subic International Raceway. It was the ultimate test of discipline for the drivers, precision for the navigators, the calculating skills of the timekeepers, and teamwork for everyone in the car.
Excited. Let's get it on. Excited for the steak and the food and everything else.
It may have been a short 30-kilometer drive, but the tulips and markers in the route book was challenging, especially for the first-timers.
Challenging, very challenging to stay accurate.
And one missed location really cost a lot.
And first we were on point, and then we just missed one of the tulips. And then we messed up everything already. So it was very challenging.
I think it's the navigator because once we got lost, it's hard to determine where we should go back so that we can stay on track again.
Yeah, it's a good way to promote road safety. We hope there's more to come, and it's a good experience for us.
Exciting.
Very
Fun?
exciting. Fun.
Fun filled.
Just follow the routes.
In terms of calculations, you have to adjust on the fly. You have to compensate on certain things like traffic, startup, and which is very. There's no constant formula for that, so you just have to challenge yourself to just think how to compensate. Adjustment, fine tuning every second.
Well, it's just, if they say, okay, doctor, you have to run 40, and then 50, 60, then we should go 80,
Oh,
yeah, something like that. But we really abide by the rules of the Subic traffic.
It's our first time in STV Rally, but since our group, Max Honors of the Philippines, we have fun rides, we have, kumbaga, yun yung experience namin. Just follow na lang yung book, so yun lang. And we enjoy a lot.
Yes, it was very, very exciting, yet it was challenging at the same time, for we were not able to pass through all the checkpoints. Yeah, it was quite difficult to follow. We're not familiar of the establishments here, and we're not familiar of some, some routes also. So we really miss a lot of directions. But then even though we got off track in a way, we still, we were still able to manage to enjoy the activity.
We got lost a little bit. We got past a little bit of the checkpoints, but we saw how beautiful Subic is. So amazing, very clean, and I saw all the drivers. They are very disciplined. They alternate every time each one turns.
Fun, pressured, pero masaya.
I think that timer has the hardest task.
I think we have the same extent of hardness kung pag-uusapan. We try to be more observant and try to be keen on numbers and the seconds and the digits and everything.
It's very nice, although it's kind of tricky, but it's fun because it's very challenging. I prefer more of a faster rally, but this is more mind-blowing.
Masaya po, nakabisado namin yung buong Subic.
enjoy siya. Kasi yung mga roads, mga intersection, kung paano mo talaga. So, minsan may mga lalagpasan mo ka pa eh. Nag-usap-usap naman po kami sa mga dapat na rules and regulation na dapat sundin talaga.
It's our first rodeo, and this is a newly formed team for Toyota, and so far we're trying to get a grasp of the whole TSD rally theme. But so far it's pretty okay. It's pretty fun. It's pretty challenging.
Kasi timekeeper, pag nawawala kami ng directions, I have to keep up with the deficit.
We did not miss any checkpoints for so I guess it's an achievement for first timers.
First-timer, yes.
At first, we were a bit nervous, but then after we started driving and going through the route, and it became more fun.
I think it was just challenging for us to allow time for other vehicles and pedestrians, traffic, in considering the time that we want to achieve.
I think it was just a matter of interpreting the text, but for the most part, I felt like it was pretty straightforward. It's okay.
Actually, it was fun. Additional experience, and then yung teamwork ang nabibuild up doon eh. Kasi this is not a race, no? So more on parang time pressure. So yung coordination with the team, parang yun yung very much important.
Doon namin nalaman na we were properly coordinated.
We really enjoyed the route, the game, right, the competition. So it was fun as a first time, and yeah.
Nonetheless, everyone had fun, and for the rookies of the rally, opened a new perspective on motorsport. It was a relatively swift round, but it was a preview of things to come in the afternoon leg.
And that concludes the highlights of the first round. We'll pause for another short break, but do stay tuned. There's more in store when we round up the highlights of the second stage, the beta round. Welcome back to our special feature this week in Autofocus, the weekly automobile show with the highlights of the 2016 STV ARCC. Let's now take a look at the highlights of the more grueling second half, the beta round. For the second round of the rally, it saw the teams embarking on a longer stage of over 80 kilometers. This time the route book took everyone into the back roads of Subic, Bataan, and Pampanga. Rain was a persistent element along with rough roads and narrow provincial byways.
We are on time, we will not be lazy.
Yeah. STV Rally, #1.
Kami mananalo.
Wala na sila, second place na lang sila.
Second place. First place. This car.
For the second round of the rally, it saw the teams embarking on a longer stage of over 80 kilometers. This time the route book took everyone into the back roads of Subic to Bataan and Pampanga. Rain was a persistent element, along with rough roads and narrow provincial byways.
It was fun. I think we didn't miss any checkpoint.
I think we almost did pero buti nakita namin agad.
Actually, we saw another checkpoint.
Magaling yung mga kasama ko sa biglang liko. Kasi checkpoint biglang liko.
Yan.
Ganon yan.
The calibration.
The calibration. Kasi
yung
reading in the map, sometimes it's off by 100 meters. Tapos sunod-sunod yung street, so we don't know.
So it's just really better judgment.
I like this one better. It's more relaxed, hindi long stretches.
Well, this is similar to the last one, no? But then the route was different. They just made it within Subic. They made it more tricky. We went around some places like 2 times. So parang sometimes you check again if this is the correct route. We're just going around. But that's a challenge of it.
Of course, as usual, enjoy, diba? I go here not to win. I go here to support STV and Daddy Butch. Mahal na mahal ko sila. And it's always been, a very enjoyable moment kasi for us motoring journalists, we attend a lot of events, pero this is unique in that this is the only type of motoring event where we're driving and then there's a bit of competition amongst ourselves. Parang relax lang kami, enjoy. It's really time to catch up with each other, diba? And of course, get to drive nice cars kasi pinapahiram kami ng mga cars. Like, I've been lucky enough that for the, I think, 3rd year in a row, I'm driving for PGA cars, Porsche. So, of course, diba?
The drive was particularly made tougher with the introduction of a different route, which occasionally threw a curveball for almost everybody. The veterans of the sport, meanwhile, were unfazed by more challenging routes.
Ang hirap ng Alpha Leg. It was just within Subic. Ang daming turns, chances of getting lost, malaki. And while you're traveling, makikita mo yung mga ibang car numbers pasalubong, yung iba umu-overtake. So parang everyone was a bit confused. But our car in particular, we did pretty well. I hope, based on our computations, okay naman. We were fielding in 3 cars. The last rally, we had 4 cars. This time, only 3 cars. One team they're out of town right now. No? So, but I think you have a better chance running with 3 cars than 4. Kasi ang kinukuhang time is yung first and last. So if yung 4th car mo medyo bulakbol, baka matalo pa.
How did you prepare this time?
No preparations. We just coordinated with each other. We tried to come here early para medyo relax. Last time kasi when we arrived, halos flag off na eh. So parang medyo natataranta kami.
We had our beginners unlocked. We were not so lucky because we made a wrong turn on the first stage, but we were able to recover and we found the first checkpoint. In the succeeding stages, we were adjusting already, and I think we were gelling quite well until the next, I think the second to the last stage, where we made some wrong turns again because we missed the Times Square cinema. But after that, I think we did well, probably in 6 out of 9 stages. So I don't know if we don't have idea now kung ano yung magandang time namin. What we intended to do was really to go through all the time controls. Si Eric, noong una medyo kumakapa din, kasi first time. But nung nakuha na yung rhythm, maganda na yung aming communication.
It's an honor, of course, to be with the veteran participants in this kind of activity. And it's my first time. I find it very exciting and stressful and mostly exciting.
At first, I had a lot of difficulties adjusting. But prior to this, I reviewed the rule books. I reviewed how the game goes. But when you actually started, it's kind of it's confusing at first. So it's an advantage that Sir Ron here, my dad, is with us, because when we were lost, he kept his school, so that helped a lot.
Confusing. I missed 2 checkpoints. Next time I want to be the driver. Yeah. The trickiest are the directions. If you're gonna base it from the book they gave you, all 3 of us were always wrong. So, but you know, tough luck. Maybe next time.
Along with that, the checkpoints were designed to catch the drivers, making the route navigators keep their eyes peeled both on the route book and on the road. It was a tougher job for timekeepers too, as the longer stretches of roads meant a more consistent speed was needed from the drivers. Again, teamwork was the key to post-competitive times.
It's good and bad. You know, we did 2 perfect stages, 1 second stage. And but we got lost in the penultimate checkpoint.
It's the last stretch, and he goes, "Okay, this is the last stretch." Oh,
We're going home.
Wow, it's lunchtime, and I would not realizing that. Oh gosh, there was a checkpoint right on our right side, but of course there were cars covering it, so our focus was on the turning left and that harbor point. That's so near.
So part of the challenge is to actually, help them out while they're calculating the routes and the time. So it's more of a double job actually, just to drive, catch up with the pace, and slow down if we're ahead. But kind of help them out with the math as well.
Because he's really good at that.
Just help them out, because they sometimes rattle with how much stress is involved already. So, but the bottom line is we're having fun.
Basically, we had 2 days of practice, and we got the mini earlier. And we plotted the course somewhere in BGC. So I think that really helped a lot with hopefully our other teammates which we don't see them yet. And we're a little worried. Yes, they're not yet here.
I see one, Robo's there.
Okay, so one team. And as you know here, it's the best and the worst team performing car that will all be joined for the team award. So hopefully there we see one, and looks like
we always look forward to this particular event because this is our bonding time with our customers. As always, we brought in the Club UX Philippines, one of the biggest car clubs in the Philippines, and I think that they are really enjoying this particular event. For us, it's their way of supporting the products, and for us also letting our customer undergo this very challenging auto rally wherein they have to work under a certain time and be safe all the times, and I think this is very good experience for the customers.
Yeah, we've been participating in this auto rally ever since it started way back because we enjoy doing it, and it's an opportunity for us also to mingle with the competitive brands, and work as friends and be together as friends and be happy. And of course, the spirit of competitiveness is also a source of enjoyment. It's also our way of, sometimes we bring our customers to participate. It's also our way of building relationship with customers and with our media friends who are participating right now. So this is an exercise that we look forward to every year because it's a time for us to rest and to enjoy.
After the long drive, everyone made it back to the finish before it went dark. Tired but elated, the teams capped off yet another successful STV Auto Rally Corporate Challenge.
I always want to make it different. I always want to make it challenging for them. So
what I did was the morning run, I made it short but very technical. Very easy to make mistakes, and really sneaky things and things like that. The second run naman, I made really long, right? It was 82.2 kilometers long, which is, for our standard here, quite long already. But in the past, the original guys who used to do Sampaguita rallies, they used to go from Manila to Baguio, sleep over, then continue to Apari. You know what I mean? So that's a long rally. They would take 3 days doing this. And in the early days, they would be 3 days without sleep. They would sleep, take turns in the car sleeping. They would eat in the car. They would, that's how they used to do it. Doing these long rallies, these longer ones, I want them to get used to learning the different styles. Now there's two, one technical and one long, and
It was a tough but fun rally this year, with all the participants finishing the day with a smile. From newbies to veterans, this year's STV ARCC presented a new set of challenges from everyone. A good job to all those who participated. After the break, we recognize the winners of this year's rally. See you right back after this short break. It's now time to recognize the winners of this year's STV Auto Rally Corporate Challenge. It sees many familiar faces as well as first-time winners. Let's take you through what happened during the awards night. But before we get to the overall winners, let's take a look at the podium finishers for the individual rounds.
For the Alpha Leg checkpoints, here are the winners. Alpha 1, Subaru number 12 with 1 demerit, composed of Eric Valera, Mauchi Aurelio, and Jick Valera. Alpha 2, we have a triple tie among Subaru number 12 with 1 demerit, Eric Valera, Mauchi Aurelio, and Jick Valera. Subaru number 26 with Carlo Villanueva, Monch Gupit, and Jan Gomez. And Isuzu number 44, Baldwin Batacan, Bonifacio Doria III, and Bernardo Elevena. For Alpha 3, Ford number 31 with 5 demerits, Stephen Yu, Mavic Casa, and Carlo Moreno. For Alpha 4, Sangyong number 11 with 0 demerit, Ron de los Reyes, Eric de los Reyes, and Amor Abogado. For Alpha 5, it's another triple tie, with Honda number 4 with 0 demerit, Neil Pagulayan, Indy Singh, and Katrina Golfo. Mini number 9, Mike Potenciano, Lindy Pellicer, and Milo Rivera. And Subaru number 12, Eric Valera, Mauchi Aurelio, and Jick Valera. For Alpha 6, Mini number 9 with 0 demerit, Mike Potenciano, Lindy Pellicer, and Milo Rivera. For Alpha 7, it's a tie between Mini number 23 with 5 demerits, Romel Regino, Jojo Oligan, and Henry Buenconsejo. And Subaru number 26 with Carlo Villanueva, Monch Gupit, and Jan Gomez. For Alpha 8, it's Mini number 23 with 4 demerits, Romel Regino, Jojo Oligan, and Henry Buenconsejo. For Alpha 9, another tie between Peugeot number 10 with 1 demerit, Rembrandt Tolentino, James Gatlabayan, and Mike Vergel de Dios. And Toyota number 28, Aris Espinosa, and Ruel Asuncion. Achieving perfect times during the Alpha leg were Team Sangyong number 11 of Ron de los Reyes, Eric de los Reyes, Amor Abogado during checkpoint number 4. In checkpoint number 5, the Honda number 4 of Lil Pagulayan, Indy Singh, and Katrina Golfo, and the number 12 Subaru of Eric Valera, Mauchi Aurelio, and Jick Valera got perfect times. Getting 2 perfect times in the checkpoints was the Mini of number 9 Mike Potenciano, Lindy Pellicer, and Milo Rivera, and in checkpoints 5 and 6. For the Beto leg checkpoints, here are the winners. Beto 1, Mini number 9 with 0 demerit, Mike Potenciano, Lindy Pellicer, and Milo Rivera. Beta 2, Honda number 32 with 2 demerits, with Alvaro Bato, Che Cabotaje, and Laika de la Cruz. For Beta 3, it's Jeep number 20 with 22 demerits, with Michael Gallego, Emerson Topacio, and Carlo Trinidad. For Beta 4, it's Mini number 9 with 0 demerit, with Mike Potenciano, Lindy Pellicer, and Milo Rivera. For Beta 5, it's Subaru number 26 with 0 demerit, with Carlo Villanueva, Monch Gupit, and Jan Gomez. For Beta 6, it's a tie between Mini number 9 with 0 demerit, with Mike Potenciano, Lindy Pellicer, and Milo Rivera, and Subaru number 12 with Eric Valera, Mauchi Aurelio, and Jake Valera. For Beta 7, it's another tie between Subaru number 12 with 0 demerit, with Eric Valera, Mauchi Aurelio, and Jake Valera, and Subaru number 26 with Carlo Villanueva, Monch Gupit, and Jan Gomez. In the beta leg, the team of Mike Potenciano, Lindy Pellicer, and Milo Rivera got 2 perfect times, as well as Team Subaru with Eric Valera, Mauchi Aurelio, Jake Valera in car number 12, and Carlo Villanueva, Monch Gupit, and Jan Gomez in car 26. For the individual teams, it was Mini's Mike Potenciano, Lindy Pellicer, and Milo Rivera taking the overall title with 822 demerits. Runner-up was Carlo Villanueva, Monch Gupit, and Jan Gomez of Subaru with 1,124 demerits. And in third was Eric Valera, Mauchi Aurelio, and Jake Valera, also representing Subaru with 1,074 demerits. For the corporate winners, Mini was the overall champion with 2,972 demerits, followed by Ford with 3,207 demerits. Rounding out the top 3 was Isuzu with 3,257 demerits.
We were talking with George a while ago. So far, this has been the most challenging event rally so far. No? Talagang we really had a hard time. There were a lot of technical points that we didn't expect from the past rallies. We'd like to thank Butch Gamboa, George, Carol, and Patrick. They did a really good job. Talagang alam namin everyone was ready. Lalo na si Jenny also, no? And all of you, good job. Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity for us to represent our brand and show everyone what driving a Jeep is like and what it's capable of.
I'd like to thank the organizers of Auto Rally Corporate Challenge, especially Mr. Butch. Yeah, and in behalf of Cats Motors Incorporated and Auto Nation Group, thank you.
Isa lang strategy namin, makabalik kami. Yun lang. And syempre, konting compute, pero we did that sa first leg lang. Pero after the first leg, hindi na kami nag-compute.
We don't have any idea what the game is, no? Pero nung naligaw na kami, ano na namin is makabalik and matapos yung race, but we never expect na pupwesto kami because we're just having fun. No? Kasi yun lang naman talaga namin to join.
I love the auto rally. It's so exciting. I think we should have more of this. I like the advocacy on driving safe and being on time. I think Filipinos need to start being on time.
Everyone keeps saying that, this is a race about precision, it's a race about timing, but I think this race is also about trust. And luckily for me, I have the best navigator and the best driver, so we were able to navigate it.
First time mag-join ng Sangyong sa ARCC. So part nito ng exposure for Sangyong. So since yung ARCC exposed sa kanya lahat ng brands, ng distributors, so chance din siya ng Sangyong para ma-expose yung brand namin, yung cars namin, at makihalubilo din sa media. So happy kami kasi yung first time mag-join ng Sangyong, pero meron kaming sungkit na 2 awards. So yeah, we're really expecting na makasali ulit kami sa next ARCC. Tapos sana lahat ng groups namin may award.
Sangyong brand is well known to Korean customers, but not well known to in Philippine market. But we are SUV and utility vehicle specialist in Korea, and we are first developer of 4x4 vehicle in Korean market. So we think we are special provider for 4x4, SUV, MPV, and the pickup and so on. So seeing the Philippine market is very good and very fit to our product to these customers. Because in this market, they're quite big SUV market and also pickup market. We can provide SUVs and the pickups. Now we are selling Tivoli and the XLV, which is belong to B segment small SUV. With this we started, but for next year we will bring a full-size SUV, and 1 year later then we will bring also full-size pickup. So it can be a good product portfolio to this market.
The fact that we're able to bring in our customers, the fact that we're able to bring in media people as well as our own dealers. We're not really just looking at advertising it, but it's in the camaraderie, getting people to work together from different parts of the market. So I've said media, customers, as well as celebrity. It's really very fun. So that's I believe at the end of the day, that's what makes this event very, very unique.
Mataas yung confidence namin sa team. That's why all-out support yung Mini Philippines. And we're very happy because they are our Mini owners and talagang they love Mini. Tapos mayroon pa kaming bonus. So thank you so much, and yeah, I think they deserve it.
Yeah, well, first I'd like to thank the Mini Club of the Philippines. You know, they poured their hearts out. We did 2 nights of practicing, and generally the backing of Mini Philippines, you know, with their Mini Clubman that we've been using. It was the best car for that event, and basically I think it was really the heart. Everyone had the heart to win.
We're very thankful kay Mike and Lindy. Talagang tinutukan nila yung team namin, and talagang nagpa-practice sila even after office hours. So maganda lang is hindi yung pressure hindi ganun kabigat sa amin. So we're just having fun with the Mini, and then at the same time we made it as the champion. So I'm very, very happy, and Mini Philippines is so much happier. We've got more than what we've expected. And thank you so much, and I'm very happy with my team. Next year, go na naman.
I really want to try and make longer rallies. I want to try, if we can do it, budget permit. Hopefully somebody sponsors us, you know, sponsor Butch, so we can get, I want to do a long, almost 2 days of rallying. Instead of 2 times a year, 1 time a year, but a big rally, a nice big rally. That would be great, just like the old days.
And that wraps up yet another successful run of the STV Auto Rally Corporate Challenge. TSD, or Time, Speed, Distance Rallying, has sure come a long way since the ups and downs of Philippine motorsports history. There were a few hiccups along the way, but with the current format, it just keeps on growing year after year. Before we go, I would like to thank those who have paved the way for this event and those who have helped us for the 6th running of this rally. We would like to thank our sponsors, Petron Corporation and Ayala Harbor Point Mall, for their support for STV ARCC 2016. We would also like to extend our gratitude to the Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority, or SBMA, for watching over our participants, as well as Mayor Roland Paulino of Olongapo City. Thank you for letting the STV ARCC be at home in Subic for the past 6 years. Needless to say, this year's rally would not have been possible without the cooperation of the manufacturers and distributors. To Chevrolet, Ford, Honda, Isuzu, Jeep, Lexus, Mazda, Mini, Peugeot, PGA Cars, SsangYong, Subaru, Tata, and Toyota. Thank you very much for joining our rally this year. Until the next time, this is your host, Butch Gamboa, wishing you another exciting new year.